You know that feeling, that thing in your chest that won't settle, that heaviness that sits there even on good days, that background noise of unease that never fully goes away. You're doing everything right, supposedly. You're working, you're socializing, you're checking off boxes, you're living. But something inside you is restless, unsettled, off. You've tried to fix it. You scrolled more. You bought things. You changed your routine. You talked to friends. You stayed busy, so busy you don't have time to think. But the moment you stop, the moment you're alone with yourself, there it is again. That feeling. And you wonder, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just be content? Let me ask you something. What if nothing is wrong with you? What if everything is actually right? What if your soul is working exactly as it should, trying to wake you up? The restlessness nobody understands. Here's what most people won't tell you. That restlessness you feel, it's not in your head. It's not just anxiety. It's not something a therapist can fully fix or a pill can fully numb. It's spiritual. Your soul knows something your mind doesn't want to admit. You're not where you're supposed to be, not physically, spiritually. You're disconnected from your purpose, from your creator, from the reason you exist. And your soul? It's screaming. But you keep turning up the volume on everything else to drown it out. Think about it. When was the last time you prayed with your full heart? When was the last time you read Quran and actually felt something? When was the last time you sat in silence with Allah and had a real conversation? If you can't remember, that's your answer. Your soul is starving, and no amount of Netflix, shopping, socializing, or success can feed it. What your restlessness is really saying. Let me translate what that feeling inside you is trying to tell you. You're living, but you're not alive. You're going through motions. Waking up, working, eating, sleeping, repeat. But where's the meaning? Where's the purpose? Where's the soul in any of it? You're chasing the wrong things. Money, status, approval, comfort. They're all fine, but they're not what your soul needs. And deep down you know it. That's why even when you get them, you're still empty. You've been running from me. Allah. You've been avoiding him, maybe not consciously. But you've been too busy, too distracted, too comfortable to really turn to him. And your soul misses him. You need to come home. Home isn't a place. Home is being at peace with your creator, being aligned with your purpose, living the way you were designed to live, and you're homesick. Time is running out. Your soul knows something your ego doesn't want to face. Life is short. You're getting older. Death is closer than it was yesterday. And you haven't prepared. You haven't connected. You haven't done what you came here to do. That restlessness? It's your soul's alarm system. It's trying to save you. The things that don't fix it. You've probably tried a lot of things to make this feeling go away. More work. You threw yourself into your career, stayed late, took on more projects, thought success would bring peace. It didn't. You just became a restless person with a better job, more fun. You went out more, partied, traveled, tried to live your best life. And for a moment, the distraction worked. But the moment you came home, the feeling came back. More relationships. You thought a partner would complete you. A friend group would fulfill you. Connection would heal you. But even surrounded by people, you felt alone. More stuff. You bought things. Upgraded. Consumed. Thought the next purchase would bring satisfaction. It never did. The high lasted a day, then faded. More content. You scrolled. You binged shows. You watched videos. You consumed information, entertainment, distraction, anything to avoid sitting with yourself. But the feeling stayed. Because none of these things address the real problem. You're spiritually disconnected. It's like you're a phone trying to function without being plugged in. You can distract yourself with apps and games, but eventually you'll shut down. Because you need your source. What the Quran says about this feeling, Allah describes this exact state in the Quran. Whoever turns away from my remembrance will have a miserable life. 21:24. Miserable doesn't mean poor, doesn't mean sick, doesn't mean unsuccessful. It means unsettled, restless, never at peace, always searching but never finding. You can have everything and still be miserable if you're far from Allah. And then Allah says, "Verily, in the remembrance of Allah, do hearts find rest." 13:28. Rest. Not in money, not in people, not in success or fame or pleasure. In the remembrance of Allah. That's what your soul is craving. That's what the restlessness is pointing you toward. The moment it clicks. Let me tell you about the moment some people describe when they finally understood their restlessness. They're in the middle of their day, maybe at work, maybe at home, and suddenly they stop, and they feel it, really feel it, the emptiness, the disconnect, the longing for something they can't name. And instead of running from it, they sit with it. They ask, "What is this? What am I really missing?" And the answer comes, quiet but clear. You're missing me. Not in words, not out loud, but they know. They just know. And they cry, not from sadness, from recognition, like someone who's been lost finally seeing a familiar road. I've been running from you. I've been filling my life with everything except you, and that's why I'm empty. That moment, that's when the healing starts. Why you're resisting. You might be reading this and thinking, yeah, maybe, but let me guess the but. But I'm not ready to be super religious. But I don't want to change my whole life. But I like my life the way it is. But I'm not good enough to get closer to Allah. Here's the truth. That resistance, that's not you. That's shaitan. That's your ego. That's fear. Because deep down you know that if you really turn to Allah, things will change. And change is scary. You might have to let go of some things, some habits, some relationships, some comforts. And yes, that's hard. But you know what's harder? Living the rest of your life with this restlessness, this emptiness, this quiet desperation that never goes away. You're not being called to perfection. You're being called to connection. Allah doesn't need you to be perfect to come to Him. He just needs you to come. What to do with this feeling? So here's what you do when that restlessness hits. 1. Stop running from it. Don't distract. Don't numb. Don't fill the silence with noise. Sit with it. Feel it. Let it speak. 2. Name it. Say it out loud. I'm restless because I'm disconnected from Allah. Just naming it takes away some of its power. 3. Pray. Not a perfect prayer, not a long prayer, just pray. 2 rakats, with presence, with honesty. Talk to Allah in sujud. Tell Him, I feel lost, I feel restless. Help me find my way back. 4. Read Quran. Even 1 page, even 1 verse. Let the words touch that restless part of your soul. It's been starving for this. 5. Make 1 small change. You don't need to overhaul your life today. Just do 1 thing differently. Wake up for Fajr. Stop 1 sin. Add 1 good deed. Start somewhere. 6. Ask Allah for guidance. Ya Allah, if this restlessness is you calling me, guide me. Show me the way back. Make it easy for me. 7. Be patient with yourself. You didn't get here overnight. You won't get out overnight. But every step toward Allah is progress. And He meets you halfway. The peace that's waiting. Here's what happens when you stop fighting the restlessness and start following it back to Allah. The heaviness lifts. Not all at once, but gradually, like a weight being removed piece by piece. The constant noise in your head quiets down. You stop overthinking everything. You stop worrying as much. Because you remember, Allah's got this. You start sleeping better, breathing easier, smiling more genuinely. Because your soul is finally getting what it needs. You stop needing so much from people. You stop feeling so empty after social interactions. Because you're being filled from the source. You start seeing meaning in things again. Even small things. A sunset. A kind word. A moment of gratitude. Life feels less gray. And that restlessness? It transforms. It becomes longing, but a sweet longing. Longing for Jannah, longing to be better, longing to be closer to Allah. That's the difference. Restlessness is painful because you don't know what you're searching for. Longing is beautiful because you know exactly where you're headed. This is your sign if you're reading this. It's not random. You searched for something or clicked on something that led you here. And maybe, just maybe, this is the sign you've been waiting for. That restlessness inside you? It's not a curse. It's a gift. It's Allah's mercy. He could leave you comfortable in your disconnect. He could let you drift further and further until you forget Him completely. But He doesn't. He makes you restless. He makes you uncomfortable. He makes you search. Because He wants you back. The Quran says, "And whoever desires the hereafter and strives for it with the effort necessary while being a believer, those are the ones whose effort will be appreciated." 17:19. That desire you feel? That's the beginning. That's Allah planting the seed. Now you just have to water it, nurture it, let it grow. Start today. You don't need to wait for Ramadan. You don't need to wait for a tragedy. You don't need to wait until you're ready. You're ready now. That restlessness is proof. Today, right now, after you finish reading this, do something. Anything. Make wudu. Pray 2 rakats. Open the Quran. Make dua. Cry if you need to. Just take one step toward Allah, because He's been waiting for you. And the moment you turn toward Him, He'll come running toward you. The Prophet said, Allah says, "If my servant draws near to me by a handspan, I draw near to him by an arm's length. If he draws near to me by an arm's length, I draw near to him by the span of outstretched arms. And if he comes to me walking, I come to him running." He's waiting to run to you. All you have to do is walk. Ya Allah, for everyone reading this with restlessness in their heart, ease it. For everyone who feels lost and disconnected, guide them back. Let this be their turning point. Let this be the moment they remember you. Soften their hearts, open their eyes, and bring them home to you, because only you can fill the emptiness. Only you can calm the storm. Only you are enough. Ameen.